my beautiful friends, it's Amanda's voice here, and as you probably gathered from the title of this video, we're going to be doing a $100 makeup kit. So you can kind of look at this as my beginner's guide to starting a makeup kit, or maybe if I was on a trip and I lost all of my makeup and I had a $100 budget, what would I buy to replace it? This is exactly what that is. And I actually got this idea from one of my Instagram followers. I was doing a little Ask Me Anything on my Insta stories. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, go check out Makeup.Just.For.Fun. And I'm actually about to do a little giveaway over there too, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Look out for a swatch of the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette, because that is actually going to be the post that my giveaway is announced on. And if you're not on Instagram, never fear, I have your back. I have a YouTube based giveaway coming up next week, so keep an eye out for a purple palette lovers video, and I will be giving away a palette in that one. But anyway, we've gotten so far off track. Let's take it back to the original question that brought us here. $100 makeup kit. Okay, focus, Amanda, focus. I do have a couple of rules, or we'll say guidelines, that I'm gonna follow for this video. Total has to be under $100 without using any special sales, coupons, codes, or anything like that. Just the retail price that I can find, and I am going to be searching around for the best prices. The tax and the shipping charges aren't going to count against my total. I just don't want to do all those calculations. Frankly, it's just too complicated. It's overly complicated. It's not really relevant to the purpose of this video. And, you know, math is just not my strong suit. So we're going to cut our losses there. I'm only going to be choosing products that I have actually used, that I can actually vouch for. I'm not just going to fill in the blanks with whatever fulfills the task. I am going to include some tools into my $100 makeup kit. I'm not going to be talking about skincare, makeup removal, things like that, just because that's sort of a more personalized experience, and I don't think that's necessarily relevant to the recommendations I'm trying to give here today. We can talk about skincare in other videos. We can do an affordable skincare type of video if you're interested in that. But in this video, I am going to include tools, which definitely makes this more challenging. I'm allowed to shop from multiple retailers so that I can just find the best price. And, you know, that does kind of complicate the situation since I'm not counting shipping, but you know, that's for another day. And these aren't always my top favorite drugstore products, my top favorite affordable products, but they're all products that I like. And when all of the pieces of this puzzle fit together, it works within the budget. So this isn't necessarily the same as, you know, my favorite drugstore products, but these are all great products. They're all ones that I'm willing to recommend to you, and they all fit into that $100 budget. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now that you know the premise of this video, we're going to start off with tools. I am recommending two different sets of tools. First is this brush set from Real Techniques, and I am a huge fan of Real Techniques brushes and their sponges. So not only is this a great product, but it's also a great price. I was able to find it just a little bit cheaper on Amazon, and I believe that this is just the retail price on Amazon versus the full $19.99 on Ulta. Plus there's two sponges in here. I just think this is a great deal. It would be a staple for a makeup kit. The other set of tools I would recommend is this Eco Tools Duo Eyeshadow Makeup Brush Set. This is one that I use in my own collection. I highly recommend all of the tools and brushes from Real Techniques and Eco Tools. Not too long ago, I posted a video all about my favorite brushes and the ones that I use every day. So I highly recommend you go and check that out if you want more info about my favorite tools and brushes. I do use a lot of affordable brush brands, and these are two of my top picks. My total so far is $22.92, which means I've already spent almost a quarter of my budget on tools, but these are great investments. These are things that are going to last for a really long time, and they are really, really useful. I really like having tools in my makeup kit, so it was money well spent. Next, we're going to talk about face makeup. I am skipping primer. I just don't think it's worth it to spend any amount of my budget on a primer for this one. And I'm not using a foundation either. I'm going straight for concealer. This is, in all honesty, how I do my makeup. At least 80% of the time, I don't wear any foundation at all. I just wear concealer. And this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer is one that I use all over my face as well. It's just got a great finish, great coverage, and it looks really, really beautiful on my skin. So this is the perfect thing to invest in my $100 kit, especially because it's only $9. It is worth every penny, and it is the first face product that I will recommend. Now, in a perfect world, I would recommend a powder. That would be a MAC powder, probably my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, but that is way too expensive. It's almost $40 for that powder. So we're gonna go with this old reliable. It's the NYX HD Finishing Powder. I love to use this to set my face, set my concealer. It's really lightweight. It's really affordable, coming in at $10 here at Ulta. And it's just one of the few products that I have hit a huge pan on. I have used and loved and repurchased for many, many years. So that is my final face base purchase. Now, those two products added to my cart bring my makeup kit total up to $41.92. I know it seems like that budget is going so quickly. It's really just because I did the tools first, but we have some great affordable face color favorites coming next. First face color product I want to talk about is this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I could find it just a couple cents cheaper on Amazon than it's listed for the full $15 on Ulta. So, I'm saving my pennies wherever I can to fit in this budget. I love this product. I know it gets a lot of hype. I think it looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. I'm so glad they've expanded the shade range. That makes it a lot easier for me to recommend it at large. To absolutely no one's surprise, there is the ColourPop Super Shock Highlighter going in my $100 makeup kit. I love the shade Flexitarian. I will never stop loving it. There are so many great beautiful Super Shock highlighter shades. They really cater to a lot of skin tones with their Super Shock cheek products, and the formula is just divine on these for $8. I cannot resist. It is definitely going into my makeup kit. And for blush, I actually just talked about this in a recent video I did in collaboration with my friend Karen Harris, where we talked about our favorite nude blushes. I spoke about the shade Bespoke in this Essence the blush line. These are only $2.99. Don't know how they do it for that price, but I have to say this is one of my favorite products of the year, and this is definitely one of my all-time top drugstore blushes. So this is a no-brainer, especially at this $2.99 price point. This has to be in my recommendations. The makeup kit total is now $76.23. I'm really happy with how this budget has gone so far because all I have left are eyes and lips. So let's go ahead and get into the eye recommendations first. I am going to recommend yet another Essence product. This is the Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel. Again, it's only $2.99. These products are so underrated. They're so affordable. Now, this isn't going to replace my Glossier Boy Brow by any means, but in a pinch, it would do, and I do think it's pretty darn close to being as good as my ColourPop Brow Gel, but about half the price, so I'm going to recommend this as my one and only brow product because it does do a good job of filling in as well as holding the brows in place. That way I don't have to spend extra budget on a brow pencil. I'm surprised this is the first e.l.f. product that is popping up in this little $100 makeup kit. In all honesty, I could probably do a couple different versions of this idea, but I highly recommend this Retro Paradise eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's only $14. It has a great, well-rounded selection. If you look at the left side of the palette, it's like a neutral 9-pan. If you look at the right side, it's a really colorful 9-pan. You can do some quick, easy, kind of everyday neutral looks. You can do a little pop of color. You can do something really kind of sultry and smoky, sparkly, or all matte. There's all the options you would need. This is not a super expensive palette, but it is not a cheap palette, if you catch my drift. The quality is great. One of my followers actually recommended this palette to me, and I have been so hooked on it ever since. So thank you, and just know that I always take your recommendations very seriously because you lead me to little gems like this, which has shot to the top of my favorites list. Now for mascara, I'm going to recommend the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect. There are a couple different versions of the Lash Princess mascara. This one is my favorite, and this is a perfect example of what I was talking about at the very beginning in the rules when I said these aren't always my top favorite products. If you said, hey Amanda, tell me your top 3 drugstore mascaras, this probably wouldn't be in the top 3, but it would be in the top 5, and it's the most affordable of my top picks. The other ones are more than twice this price. They would totally blow my budget. My top favorite drugstore mascaras, like the CoverGirl Exhibitionist or the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, they are more like $11, $12, $13 a piece. I know the drugstore has just really gotten out of hand. And this Essence one, it's affordable, it does work really well, and I am confident in recommending it. Now with all the eye products added to our total, it comes to $89.21. Not a ton left for lip products, but definitely more than enough to get the 2 that I had my eye on. I think having just 2 options in this kit is going to be more than enough for me. One is this tinted lip oil. It's the Chapstick Total Hydration Vitamin Enriched Tinted Lip Oil. You can find it for $4.99 on Amazon, and this is one of my most loved, most used lip products. So with this one, we'll have sort of a nudie, neutral, glossy option. And then for the other product, I would recommend doing something kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, going with a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. I chose the shade Budapest, which is like a really deep, vampy berry color on me, but this would also be a great opportunity to grab a red or a really bright shade, just something really different from that glossy, tinted, nudie lip look that you're going to get from the chapstick product. This is a chance to do something vampy, a little bit more bold, and for just around $5, it's not so expensive that it's not worth investing in something that might be a little bit out of your comfort zone. But this is a great formula. This is the type of product that I have been using and loving for many, many years. It's been around, it's been a staple for a reason, and that's why I chose the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. Our final total for all of these products comes out to $99.34. That means for under $100, we've stocked our makeup kit with 8 brushes, technically 8 because the EcoTools ones are dual-sided, 2 sponges, concealer, finishing powder, a bronzer, a blush, a highlighter, a brow gel, an 18-pan eyeshadow palette, a mascara, 2 lip products, all full size, all wonderful quality, highly recommended products, especially for a beginner, but honestly, I think anybody could enjoy these products. I would love to know, what do you think about the products that I chose for my $100 makeup kit? Do we have any of the same picks? What would you choose? Are there any products that you think I desperately need to try that I would put in my $100 makeup kit? I always love to hear what you think about things too. I always appreciate hearing your favorite products. I often purchase them, and you know what? A lot of the time they become my favorites too. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to keep an eye out for giveaways coming soon, very, very soon on Instagram. Also, a great indie palette giveaway coming up on YouTube. I just want to show you how much I appreciate you and tell you how much I love your face. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all your support this year and all the years before, whether you're new, whether you've been around for a while. You know what? I just love your face. That's all there is to it. I will see you in my next video. I promise my face will be in my next video. You know, we're doing virtual school. We're on a holiday break now. Times are tough, but I still want to bring you good, useful content. And this is the point where I repeat myself and say, I love your face. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, I love your face. Okay, bye.